Welcome to Zephyr Yoga Inspiration. I offer these podcasts for free, and your support really does make a difference and is appreciated. To make a donation, please click the link in the episode description or visit zephyryoga.com. So, we've just finished a series on the 8 stages of yoga, and we're going to be entering another series on Prana. Prana is that life force, that vital energy that animates life and thought and nature, that's a part of everything in this manifested world that grows, that expresses itself. And so we're going to tap in and do a deep dive into prana, but also gaining information of what we did through the 8 stages of yoga. So yoga is said to be the art and science of self-realization by disciplining the body, the mind, the breath in order to gain self-knowledge and cultivate that self-awareness. Now, Tantra, and I know that's a bit of a provocative term because it comes with all sorts of ideas of sensuality, sexuality, and that's just a tiny little part of a bigger part of Tantra. But Tantra is that weaving experiences into a practice to cultivate as much prana as we can and use that life force, use that vital energy to acquire this power of energy to heal, like optimize our health on all levels, as well as like boost our energy, so we can do our lives well, to fulfill our purpose in this embodiment, to have clarity of mind that guides us towards that lasting fulfillment, that contentment, as well as that liberation. In Tantra, they use that term moksha as one of their desires, seeking freedom, liberation, and a connection to source. So this yoga is that mastery of knowledge, and Tantra is the mastery of power of prana. And if you think about it, if you have a lot of knowledge, but you don't have a lot of power, how can you express that knowledge that you hold? If you have a lot of power, but not a lot of knowledge, you can become very dangerous. And I think we all have experienced certain politicians. Yeah. So, we study both. We study ways in weaving our asana, pranayama, mudra, kriya, mantra, as well as yoga philosophy into a practice to have this desired outcome of being empowered with self-knowledge and skill in loving awareness to do our lives well and to fulfill our purpose of embodiment. So, we all know that yoga is so much more than being flexible and being strong. It's also a management of prana, this vital energy that animates, all levels, on all beings. That life, that energy that is far beyond just our own consciousness. So prana enables us for our bodies to move, for us to regenerate, for us to heal something, as well as enables the mind to think. Prana is also said to be that intelligence that coordinates our senses, that helps digest information, but also starting to release that which doesn't serve us any longer. The next few weeks, we're going to be doing a deep dive in the prana Vayus to get a better understanding of what this thing called prana is. So prana is that life force. Vayu is that direction of winds. It means winds. And it is said that we have 5 winds or 5 directions of pranic energy within us. So the first one is also called Pranavayu. So we're going to drop the A and I'll call it Pran Vayu. My teacher gave that subcategory, which made so much more sense to just kind of keep it in your head and experience it. So Pran Vayu is that inward action, that inward movement. It ingests prana, and it's said to be the birth of life as you receive life through the inhale pattern. And it's like as you are born, As you come out of the womb, the first breath you take is an inhale outside of the mum. And so that inhale pattern becomes that birth of life, and that reliving and reanimating yourself to really celebrate this embodied experience. So Pran Vayu. Apana Vayu is that downward, outward, that eliminating force. Samana Vayu is that gathering and consolidating in, absorbing. Vyana Vayu is that circulating and distributing that life force. And then Udana Vayu is when all the four other Vayus are in harmony and regulating. It is that positive effect, and it creates this ascension and inspiration movement. So it's that upward movement. So these are the five Prana Vayus, but we're going to actually work on one today, and we're going to focus on Pran Vayu, which is that movement inwards of that fundamental energizing force of vital energy that we draw in to our being. So the easiest way we can receive prana is through the inhale. However, we can receive prana through nutrient-rich food, through water, through bathing in the sun, being around stimulating, inspiring people, reading interesting things, learning new things, are all prana-enriched things in which we can receive prana. But the direct experience, what we're going to find in practice, is that Vayu really points towards the inhale pattern. And you feel prana drawing into the lungs and into the region of the chest and around Anahata chakra. And as you fill, you sense energy expanding, drawing into this area and moving you forward as you start to receive this vital energy. It also is said that you receive prana on the inhale through your eyes. So notice if you take a big deep inhale right now, your eyes kind of bug out, and it's almost like your eyes as well breathe in. And this connects to Ajna chakra, which creates a pathway for you to receive sensory impressions, so the mind can actually transport information. So as you inhale, it's all that receiving, either through the eyes or into the lungs. So Pran is linked with your ability to receive, energy. And it influences your physical speed. It influences your movement. It influences your motivation as well as your vital energy in life. So this whole Pran Vayu, as you start to breathe in, you'll notice that it's all about receiving. It's all about welcoming stuff in. So sometimes we have issues around like receiving things, receiving gifts, receiving compliments. And this will trigger a certain aversion or a certain attachment to some storytelling that you're not used to it, or you've created a story that you're attached to that you don't deserve it, or whatever's kind of going on. And it may touch certain mental emotional holding patterns within you, stored in your lungs, especially if also you've been ill and you've had COVID or you've had pneumonia or some kind of lung condition. As you breathe in, it might trigger a response as you open up, remembering certain things in which you've gone through. So honoring whatever kind of goes on, Pran Vayu, this drawing inwards, heightens the sensitivity to your inner world. And it also heightens your sensitivity to the outer world. So this allowing whatever is, as you breathe into this moment, we're going to hold our breath and pause for just a few, just to stabilize the mind and bathe in the energy and getting used to allowing whatever comes up in our practice to be. And then we exhale. And so we do have the gift of the exhale within this practice to help us release, calm, and ground, which is hopefully this practice will offer you. So your Pran Vayu will focus your attention. Notice when you inhale, you focus on your on the task at hand or a point. And this focusing the attention stimulates the mind, stimulates your nervous system, stimulates your body. But then when you hold your breath, you stabilize the mind on what you're focusing on. So it is also said that there are certain warning signs in receiving too much prana, that it overstimulates and deranges the mind. So if you kind of think about hyperventilating, you create an anxiety response or a panic attack. So making sure that inflow is slow and received in that kind of yogic way of self-study. But also that Pran Vayu too much is also linked to the suffering of craving or addictive impulses, as well as just noticing that restlessness in your body and that kind of fidgety hyperactiveness in your body. So that's usually a sign when like you're too vata imbalanced, that you need to ground yourself. So hopefully this practice, what it will do is it will slow you down, build a stronger vessel in which you can contain this increased sensitivity to your life force that you're going to increase, and that you're able to metabolize this increased energy, this increased prana, and direct it towards either self-healing, whether it's fulfillment of some kind of goal or purpose that you've come to practice with, and or leading you towards that spiritual connection where you feel content and awakened, so you can liberate yourself in such a way. So do know that the sequence of postures is not to spin you out and create so much energy where you feel deranged. It's actually to help you really learn how to balance out as you increase your energy, how your body becomes stronger and more stable, so you don't short circuit. It's like putting your finger in a light socket and zzz, So this yoga practice will enhance, stabilize, and balance that function of Pran Vayu, and opening us to deep breathing, building that strong body and mind that will help regulate the rate and flow in which you are breathing, and hopefully increase your life force. And the result of your effort is that you will feel very grounded, stable, yet have this sense of a boost to your energy and mental clarity. Does that sound like a good thing? Yeah? Okay.
If you would like to continue to practice, find out more information about the topics discussed, or to donate to this podcast, please visit zephyryoga.com or follow the link in the episode description. I thank you.